I took up the hobby of radio-controlled model sailboat racing about 3 years ago. I was like a hungry fish, got hooked immediately.
This is what the races look like with no wind.
Well, it depends on how often you want to look at it.
But the one thing that I had never done until today was visit a big event. I mean a big event, an American Model Yachting Association event. I can describe it in 11 words. A whole lot of people with a whole lot of boats.
Backup auto show here.
Is this what we do between boat races? Is we have car show?
That's what I do. That's my other love besides the boats.
So is most everybody here today from the Punta Gorda Club?
I would say the majority, probably. I'm not sure, I didn't see the stats, but I think, 5 or 6?
You got 5 or 6 from Sarasota.
Yeah.
One guy came down from Leesburg, Florida.
Right.
And I don't know what other clubs are involved.
But the main reason for this video is so that you can meet Mike Wyatt. Mike is the past president of the American Model Yachting Association and is currently the Soling 1-meter class secretary. Mike is from Ohio, has a lot of news to share, including updates about the 2 approved manufacturers of the Soling 1-meter kits. So stick around for that.
This is heat number 19. Heat number 19. 52, 89, 11. Clear.
It's fun to watch the captains walking back and forth alongside their boats. You've noticed that blue line down the middle of the walk? That's so they don't run into each other. Upwind the inside lane, downwind the outside lane. You could hear a pin drop.
Over early. 39's clear.
Oh no. Yeah, I saw you were really slow.
132, 243. 51, 61, 38, 55, 72, 14, 166, 106, 891, 132, 243, 51, 61, 38, 55, and 72. You should have 10 boats.
My name is Mike Wyatt. I'm the
CJ?
Soling class secretary, and I have been for a couple years, a little bit more. Prior to that, I was an AMYA president. I was a regional director, Region 4, which is the Midwest. I am from Ohio, and I come to Florida for 3 months every year and race with the Suncoast Club here. We have a club up north called Western Reserve Model Yacht Club, which is in Geneva, Ohio, which is about 5 miles from Lake Erie.
Well, we just walked up and accidentally found the guy to talk to.
Yeah, we did.
When you say over Solings, over what area?
Over the United States.
Okay.
So we had, the class has gone through a lot of trepidation for the last several years. Victor quit making boats in 2018, And as of that date until about late 2021, early 2022, we had no manufacture of new boats. And then the class had put together a committee, and a number of people, 5, 6, 7 people, including Jim Candler, who chaired the committee. He's now the Model Yachting editor. And that committee came up with 2 manufacturers. Not just, they went for one, they found 2. And both of the boats qualify as Solings, but they are slightly different. The first one approved was Vacu Boat, which is out of Georgia. And Vacu Boat makes a boat that is a Soling exactly to the dimensions. Everything is the same. The difference is the internal support mechanism that he uses inside the boat. The second one approved was 3D RC Boats, and that's out of Ohio. And I wanted Doug Riegler's the guy's name, and I wanted to say that it is not a 3D printed boat because 3D printing has some disadvantages. And so he 3D prints all of his pieces and parts. So all of his fittings for the mast and the rig and the interior parts of the boat are 3D printed. The rest of it is vacuum formed plastic, just like the Soling always was.
Okay.
The 2 boats are, we believe, equal in performance. I don't think there's any difference. The major change is that the boat is now much easier to build. The first Soling I built in 2007 took me about 40 hours, and the current boat can be put together in 12.
Wow.
And it's a big
By
difference.
you, maybe.
No, actually, believe it or not, because he normally sells the hull completely assembled, which is the
Okay.
hard part.
Yep.
And now the interior of the boat, the Vacu boat has, if you know the Ruffles potato chips, it has a ruffled interior from about the mast until about the rudder and on the hull, and then it has the complete deck lined. So what he's done is he uses a thinner plastic, but he reinforces it on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Big difference is the thickness of the plastic, where 3D RC boat is a 16th, and the Vacu boat is half that, but with 2 layers in most of the boat.
Yeah, now CJ standing next to you has got a 3D boat,
Okay.
a new one
Yep.
that
Yep.
he pretty much built, and I've got a Vacu hull, but it
Okay.
seems like Vacu hull is not making boats. There's been some long delay there.
Well, he had a serious illness, and I talked to him last week, and he tells me that he will begin again starting in April 1st or so, and should be back completely ready to go by the early summer. And man, he has a backlog of orders, or at least interest expressed, and he should be able to go through. How long did the Vacu boat take you to build? I've never built one.
I bought it from Boatyard John in
Okay.
Sarasota. He built it, and I was the first owner of it.
Okay, and they're good boats. I think they're all about equal. Have you guys found that there's not a lot of difference in performance?
We have.
No,
There shouldn't be.
There shouldn't be.
Even with the old Victor models.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the old Victor models will hang right in there too.
Yeah.
so.
Well, the purpose of the whole thing was to equalize, not come out with a better boat. The difference is how easy they are to build and how easy it is to build a boat that comes in with completely being competitive. The Victor boat, you had to be somewhat of an expert. You had to be very careful, because if you just simply put it together according to the instructions, like I did my first one, I put the mast on backwards, by the way, then you ended up with a boat that was not fast. It was not straight.
Several people watching this video did not laugh when you said that, because they did the same thing.
It was easy enough to do.
Yeah.
So now we have a boat that goes together very quickly, and they're all equal in terms of performance with the old boats. We also had some rule changes in the most recent round, the most number of rules ever changed in years. And essentially the big changes are you're not permitted to change the interior of either the Vacu boat or the 3D RC boat. The rule did not change for the Victor boat. So the idea being that as time moves on, we'll have more and more of a one design boat that are built according to the instructions. And
Give me
that's
an
where we wanna
example
go.
of something you mean by where somebody might have altered something on the inside of the boat.
We had a few problems some years back where the people were actually cutting the boats in half from the bow to the stern, sanding the halves, gluing them back together again, and doing the same thing with the keels and the rudders to make a narrow boat. The theory being that a canoe is easier to drive than a rowboat.
Yeah. Not
They are
fair.
faster off the wind, but they are against the rules. And so the problem is that people have to measure in order to catch that. There's a tool that the class put out a few years ago, that would allow you to check those thicknesses, particularly the keel is hard to do, and the beam. So those rules are in place now, and what people in clubs have to do is measure. So,
Tell us about AMYA.
okay, AMYA is a national organization, and it really is an organization of individuals who are all volunteers. We have one paid employee, and that's the membership secretary, and she's paid about $14,000 a year, plus advertising commissions for the magazine. Everybody else is a volunteer. So we have national offers from class secretaries to regional VPs or directors to the 4 top executive officers, but everybody are volunteers, and it takes a great deal of time and it takes a great deal of dedication. But many of us have done that for a lot of years. As far as the soling itself, I think we're in new ground. We have the best boat we've ever had by far. We have a competitive boat that's easy to build. The prices are up because all prices are up.
Yep.
But when he puts this hull together, 3DRC, I'm more familiar with them. He's a member of our club. He spends 8 hours on the hull, and he has yet to make his first dollar. I think actually his accountant said he made $250 an hour last year. And that's not that's not 250. That's 2.5.
I'm sorry to hear that, because we talk about that quite a bit. We wonder how Doug, it's his only business, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's retired. He was he's an electrical contractor.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, it's a wonderful boat. It's a wonderful class. I'm a big supporter of small clubs, because really the AMYA should be, in my opinion, an organization of clubs rather than individuals.
Yep.
So I urge you guys to consider it, and if I can help in any way, I have lots of things I can send out. I have clinics, rules clinics, tactics clinics, and everything.
Okay,
Anything
cool.
we can do to help, contact me.
Been a pleasure meeting you. Really.
How many clubs do you belong to?
I belong to 5, but 3 of them are shadow clubs, in which I joined to help them get affiliated with AMYA.
Yeah,
All
he
right.
could be a shadow club of ours.
And no dues. I don't pay dues for shadow club membership.
Well,
Thanks, guys.
as they say, see you at the pond.
You
Yeah,
betcha.
right.
Take care, guys.
Good luck.
Thank you.
I'm telling you, there was no shortage of beautiful boats at the Regatta, but Gary Nielsen had one that drew my eye.
This is absolutely incredible. It looks like, a mahogany boat?
Yeah, it's been hydro dipped.
Explain that.
So what they do is they do a really light base layer so the ink will stick to it. The ink's on a sheet of plastic, and they lay it into a big tub, and then the plastic disappears, and then ink is just floating on the water, and then you just dip the boat in, and so
it's paint.
yeah, it's ink.
Ink. Wow.
So I did 5 different dips. First time we tried just doing the hull and the deck, but it created too many bubbles. And so by taping off the hull, we could lay it in on one side, flip it over, same with the deck, and then the transom we did so it'd be horizontal, so it just didn't
Well, it's just
flow.
gorgeous. You must cringe every time you make contact with somebody out there.
Yeah, but it's got 3 coats of clear on it, so it's pretty, durable. It's been hit quite a few times, and so far it's holding up pretty well.
72.
How'd you do that? Magic. 3-bladed prop.
$18. $52. $89. $55. $39.
Art, tell me a little bit about Suncoast Model Sailing.
Suncoast Model Sailing Club. We've been here since the park opened up.
I thought you were going to say since the creation of man.
No, since the park opened up, which was about 2005, something like that. They have a beautiful pond here. We asked if we could sail, and they said yes, and we eventually wound up putting the buoys out. They're helping us now. They've got brand new docks for us. And the venue is a good sailing venue. If you talk to a sailor, He likes the venue here because there's no trees blocking the wind. It makes the sailing very nice.
Now, today's not a normal sailing day.
Today is a regional regatta for the Soling 1 meter class. We sailed yesterday, we are sailing today, and we will have a regional. Region 7 is all Florida.
All of Florida.
So we have I think there are 1 or 2 members not from Florida, but they still belong to the American Model Yachting Association, so it's open to them.
What a great day for sailing. Hope you learned something, and thank you for watching.